Let's go outside the norm a little bit today, shall we? Speaking of outside the norm, let's do it, shall we? Let's yeah, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Alex Jones live from hiding with a play button right over his mouth, which is the best place for it. It looks like a giant green pacifier. Love you guys too. Glad to be here. Hanging out late at night. I'm gonna try not to talk too loudly, even if I get carried away, which will be very hard with someone like this dude on the screen. You know what I mean? And interestingly enough, 333 rumbles. If he uses, and I'm just saying, considering the amount of double speak, that's a 666 from him. And there'll probably be an ad because
we all see what's going on happening here, and they want a global reset.
They want us. What they want us to do is what we see is happening here. Oh, motherfucker! Is he doing the same note taking shit? That look at this. What's he looking at? Right out of the gate, somebody has gone to the Don Jr. School of Broadcasting, live from a hotel room where I'm hiding out. I can't even fake that voice, and I'll lose my ability to sing. And by the way, shellfish allergy Wolverine is my fourth favorite Wolverine.
All the central banks say the new global digital system's coming.
The digital system, the global bank digitally system, digitalis system. Where you back up? What were you saying? Sorry, dummy in a hotel room.
Here, and they want a global reset. All the central banks say the new global digital system's coming.
Yeah, the global digital system. You know,
it'll be a mix of all the currencies, but they've got to.
It'll be a mix of all the currencies, unlike now where we have a mix of all the currencies.
Have an excuse to plunge it first. And what did I say 3 weeks ago?
I don't know, but I'm sure you're going to say, I told you so about something that never happened.
I said this war, if they put big sanctions on Russia and then on China, will lead to leaving the dollar.
Oh yeah? You think?
China and Russia are obviously double dealing at the international level.
Geez, they're double dealing at the international level, and we don't get to have them as part of the international currency exchange? They're going to isolate themselves from it? Dear heavens, what shall we do?
Amos group only under pressure, decoupled from Putin, but they have it from Xi Jinping.
What the fuck are you looking at? Is the maid holding up cue cards, asshole?
And so China is the long-term big winner.
China is, I'm seeing it written in the sky. China is the long-term big winner in this. No, they are not.
Out of this.
Wait, fancy graphics, though. I'm very jealous from my clips. I clearly need a hotel room lead-in. And by the way, I think it's curious that multi-millionaire asshole dude who's ridiculously wealthy and selling, dick pills with lead in them, is broadcasting from a rather average hotel room, and not from a relative's house or a friend's house. What's it like to not have any friends or any family who wants to see you? Anybody know? I don't. The most banned network in the world. So banned, we have graphics.
We have Saudi Arabia saying they may just go ahead and take Chinese money.
Good luck with that.
Instead of taking the dollar. And to explain this, if you go back to Bretton Woods after World War II.
Except for Chinese oil sales, because the Chinese don't have enough dollars.
Where it was decided that the dollar would be the world reserve currency that the purchase of oil would be made in around the world. If the U.S. loses that, and if China, the second largest oil user in the world, stops using dollars, that means the beginning of the end of the dollar.
No, it doesn't. It means the beginning of their isolation.
90% of world money transfer and oil transfers just 20 years ago was the dollar.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Imagine what we'll do once we move past oil without dollars being used as the reserve currency for oil anymore, which we don't want.
It's only 62% last time I checked last week now, and that will accelerate it. And once you get 50%, people will basically leave the dollar.
Yeah, for what? The ruble? Yeah, good luck. As Biden said, good luck in your senior year.
No one has devalued their currency over the long period as bad as we have and ever
No. The dollar is high right now.
had their currency survive.
Not as high as Alex, but sure.
But China's been devaluing as well, even faster than us, but for not as long. The EU's been doing it faster than us, but not as long. So again.
Also, the Saudis are basically oil poor and cash poor at this point. Well, why would that be? I mean, they're basically in the same position as a lot of poor countries making deals with the Chinese in exchange for infrastructure and other kinds of stuff. The Saudis are about to get into a debt trap.
We've been doing it for a long time.
Yes. And by doing it for a long time, he means fucking frogs.
You know, $1 100 years ago would buy you a lavish meal and, a horse carriage ride back home. And,
I remember when newspapers cost a nickel, and you could get a cup of coffee and an evening post for 10 cents.
Probably a loaf of bread at the local store.
Yes, on your way home from a fancy dinner on your carriage ride home, you'd get a loaf of bread, for the family. After, you had clearly a very expensive dinner with your mistress, I guess.
Now what does it get you?
It gets you a really nice dinner and a carriage ride and a loaf of bread. I'm not kidding. You can actually, $100 could get you a pretty nice dinner and a loaf of bread and a carriage ride. I think the carriage rides are you can get an Uber for $8. What the fuck?
So we all see what's going on and happening.
Yeah, we totally see what's going on. You're alone in a hotel room. Obviously, if there's a knock at the door, you're going to have to cut this video short.
Here, and they want a global reset. All the central banks say the new global digital system's coming.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is a reuse of the global digital system. I'm very worried about the digital system.
And it'll be a mix of all the currencies, but they've got to have an excuse to plunge it first. And what did I say 3 weeks ago? I said this war, if they put big sanctions on Russia and then on China.
And I wrote it down right here. Yeah, we don't have big sanctions on China right now.
Will lead to leaving the dollar.
Okay. Sorry, we'll just use the dollar for all the sane countries with functioning economies.
China and Russia are obviously double dealing at the international level. The Davos group only under pressure, decoupled from
Davos.
Putin, but they haven't from Xi Jinping. And so China is the long-term big winner out of this. China is the beta test for the police state. They have 37 million people back under lockdown.
They're the beta test for the police state. Yeah, basically we're just so let's see how China's whole lockdown thing works, and then we'll just emulate that in America. No, we won't.
In China, as just a martial law drill.
It's a martial law drill. Yeah, they're our petri dish for this bullshit.
We're here in LA, and some of the crew, when I was at meetings trying to go to the Comedy Store, and they said no vaccine, you can't come in, even though it's not the law.
Yeah, they're a private company. They can set their own fucking rules. You remember America? We have private property rights, and people can refuse service to anybody, asshole, because we can. You do realize it's not a government rule. It's not a state rule. It's their rule.
And a bunch of other places.
Yeah, and a bunch of other places that also aren't government enforced. We're waiting for China's beta test to come back. I don't know.
So there's that tyranny overarching.
Yes, there's that tyranny, the Comedy Store tyranny, which is, this close to a Uyghur concentration camp.
But Putin is running into a lot more opposition than they thought. There's
who's they?
Massive Western special forces there, British special forces. Whoa, recently out of the military.
Recently out of the military. They aren't in the military, but they're still in the military because I made fucking bunny ears.
Got killed. A couple hundred foreign soldiers got wounded when 30 got killed just in one.
In China, 37 million people are in COVID lockdown. Here's what we know. This is from March 15th. Okay.
Barracks that they sent, quote, an international soldier in who was really a Russian spy. He just called in rocket attacks onto the facility. So this is a SH-T show at every level, and it only can get worse.
No, it isn't. It's not a shit show at every level. The Ukrainians are doing digitally well. They're holding back Russia. Are you shitting me?
As Ron Paul wrote.
As Ron Paul wrote. Oh, please hold up the sample of writing from Ron Paul. I've never seen anything where someone has used a turd frozen and turned into a crayon.
Just a few days ago in a big article we had at Infowars.com.
It's infotainmentwars.com, and you need to subscribe today. I'm just saying. Just infotainmentwars.com.
Is the United States Biden administration willing to fight Putin to the last Ukrainian?
Is the Biden administration willing to fight Putin to the last Ukrainian? Yeah, the Ukrainians don't have any say in this. They're basically robots. It's the vaccine. It's a chip in their neck. Biden did it personally. Hunter did it. His laptop actually controls the Ukrainians, like drones.
Because really, that's what this is. Again, Putin, the globalists, overthrew their government.
You know what? The crazy part is that I'm definitely keeping this hotel pen. See that hotel pen? Free stationery. That's how you get back at the man. Thank you, Asa. Good luck. Good luck on your apprenticeship.
Overthrew the Ukrainian elected government, started all these fights, put in the troops, put in the weapons to set up Russia.
Yeah, to set them up. Yeah, Russia had no choice in this. I mean, honestly, what's a Putin to do?
That's bad. Russia.
Yeah, so that's bad. Putin gets suckered into this, even though he's a true leader.
Taking the bait is bad.
They took the bait. Yeah, I mean, if only Russia didn't have a giant sucker that could be swindled by Joe Biden. But then he is a master criminal and a doddering old fool at the same time. He gets you both ways.
And now
it's a pincer move between competent and incompetent, and Biden's got you right in the middle, Putin.
Russia beginning to lose is bad because they're not going to give up. And
yes, them losing is bad.
It's going to escalate from there. So I've basically gone over that.
Yeah, basically, like all the stuff that's happened, that you've seen happen, I basically said all that stuff that happened, and I told you that it happened as it was happening, and then pretended like I told you it was going to happen, and I'm saying that again now.
Again, as I said, the London Guardian, you can look this up today, says that basically there'll be a depression and the Germans will go bankrupt in a year at current rates of energy prices because
Russians could buckle in 10 days, oil plunges, Fox News cameraman killed. Oil plunges. Russians could buckle. The second line kind of fucks your whole argument there, dum-dum. Thanks, Karen.
The left tells people, oh, don't worry if gas is $10 a gallon, like it is $9 a gallon in Chicago, $7 a gallon in most areas of California. Don't worry.
Well, Chicago's worse than California? Look at us.
Right, because you'll just use electric. Well, electric almost all comes from coal and natural gas, less than 10% from turbines and, of course, hydroelectric.
Yeah, but we're improving that. Also, coal and natural gas and nuclear are here as opposed to another country, whereas the vast majority of the oil is in Venezuela, actually, in the future.
Hydroelectric's the best, but
it totally is. At least we agree on something, Alex. One, hydroelectric fucking rocks, and B, skipping desserts is for losers.
It's been destroying hydroelectric everywhere. And tearing out and not updating them because, they hurt fish. Just lie after lie.
Yes. Yeah, the Hoover Dam was blown up last week because a fish complained.
After lie.
You think he's upset about the chemicals in the water that turn frogs gay because the one in his throat is telling him to do things he never wanted to do before? The frog in his throat is literally like, he's cute. Look at that ass. How'd you like to bite that in the ass, develop lockjaw, and be dragged to death? I wonder if you could get his number. Shut up, frog in my throat. You're gay.
Lie. So, and I've got some important clips dealing really with the police state Now unfolding when we come back. But I wanted you to get more into all those news stories you got that tie into this and get your angle.
Yeah, tell me about the police state, and tell me that also why you're kind of absorbing the look of a Russian mercenary
On it. But to say Tucker Carlson is guilty of treason, to have a U.S. senator say that Tulsi Gabbard is 100 times worse than what people like, of course, McCarthy did. I mean, this is so dangerous.
It's terribly dangerous. Yeah, because how are they going to keep getting away with it if people call them out on their bullshit? We're basically asking for a firing squad for everybody. I mean, they're not, but they are.
And now they're censoring anybody that even shows the Russian perspective. I mean,
are they? Are they? It's the Russian perspective. You know what I mean? If you try to sell nesting dolls on QVC, they will blow up the station.
Calling for us to be censored, even though I'm just trying to have peace and trying to really just talk about all the different issues and what this.
Yeah, I just want peace. That's what Alex Jones has always wanted. I'm Alex Jones, and all I want is peace. That's why I've been calling people fucking demons and calling for their destruction for decades. I just want peace. That's what this is about.
Really doing. I'm pro-America 100%.
Uh-huh. Are you? Are you, though?
The people that drove this war and started this are the ones that are about to kill the dollar and destroy our standard of living, which is now already happening. You know, I told people 2 years ago,
no, it isn't.
You better get storable food.
Yeah. Buy some of our, buy a giant tub, one of those Home Depot buckets full of pancake batter, and just spoon that shit right in your neck.
Lockdowns are going to go on and off forever.
Which they aren't.
They're going to try to shut down, family.
Facebook allows war posts urging violence against Russian invaders. Yeah, that was weird.
Farms. You better get your storable food. It's going to run out.
Yes, you're going to run out of storable food. Only perishables will be available at your grocery store with the fine array of produce.
My Patriot has not been a month behind in their history. They've got the biggest company in the U.S.
My Patriot.
Best. They are now a few weeks behind and are telling people that. But
that's the prepper food stuff that he's talking about.
They told us, don't even really plug.
Yeah, don't sell anything. Although I'm plugging it by basically saying they're running out of food so that you guys will put in bigger orders because sucker's born every minute.
Because we're just so far behind, they'd rather.
Yes, because you ate it all. You bastard. You had to take all the prepper food and you couldn't wait, could you? You ate all the waffle mix, didn't you, Alex? You ate all the protein bars that are amazingly delicious and yet satisfying and contain very little lead. Didn't you? Yeah. You ate all the frozen Eggos. You ate all the beans. Now what? And the baked beans at that. You left all the refried for everybody else, which is definitely healthier. But, how many Boston baked beans can a man eat without winning some kind of a trophy, Alex?
Be able to catch up and not be like other food companies.
Don't say ketchup. They don't have any. They're out. There's no ketchup. You have to go to McDonald's and steal the packets. It's the only chance you've got.
They're always a few months behind. Well, they're already.
Yeah, because they're lazy. That's why. My Patriot, the prepper food, it's almost as if they don't believe Armageddon's coming. Lazy sons of bitches.
2 weeks behind and prepare with Alex.
Prepare with Alex. Jesus Christ. What a bunch of masturbatory bullshit.
.com. Everybody got their orders in, a month or so.
Yeah, but obviously, end of the world's coming. Dollar's going to crash. What you need to do is get your jerky.
That was really smart because now it's gotten right to you.
Fuck, this is just an ad for this bullshit.
So this is very serious, folks. The supply chains are breaking down. This is. You're not going to get tubs full of refried beans, emergency InfoWars Life Select 3 months of that in giant fucking shit containers that you can eat all this and then poop right in it and then bury your excrement like a true patriot in the yard. By design, Klaus Schwab said they would do it.
Look at this. $900 for a 3-month supply. Look at that shit. What a fucking... 9 months. Or sorry, that's only 3 months. Get the fuck out. $900 for 3 months? Get fucked. What's wrong with you? If the whole thing lasts more than 3 months, you're fucked anyways.
I'm not just blaming them now.
No, you're blaming them from before. Yes, you're saying that My Patriot, the supplier for, Prep and Hide with Alex, the walking Alex, they're lazy and weak and stupid, and you're losing money every day. And look at this shit. Look at this. Look how many tubs this is. How much is that?
Because I don't like them. They said post-industrial world, you will own nothing, you will have nothing.
Get the fuck out of here. Good Lord, you bastard. InfoWars Life Select is a year of food for $3,297. What in the fucking world? Oh, God. This is like, I keep expecting like Kirk Cameron to do a cooking show on InfoWars with his wife.
Well, like it. This is how they break our back.
It's good quality 2001 MRE food. Yeah, this is all the stuff left over from Y2K.
It's how they get control of us. So everybody this spring should be, even if you live in apartments or whatever, going out, getting seeds, planting tomatoes.
Yes, plant tomatoes in your apartment. Plant tomatoes. Jesus Christ. It's the end times. How many tomatoes you got? 4? What the fuck? I know my cat chewed the other plant. God damn it.
Planting potatoes, planting beans.
Yes, plant potatoes in your apartment. Use a tub. Fill the tub with dirt. Act like Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters.
Planting Brussels sprouts.
Planting Brussels sprouts. So you have a variety of vegetables.
Planting eggplant. I mean, my parents.
Planting eggplant. All right, now this is getting filthy.
Have a garden.
Of course they do, Alex.
That is a half acre. That
in their apartment. They got a half acre apartment. It's a big fucking apartment, Alex.
Just in South Austin. So many Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I'm over it. I'm up to here. It's Brussels sprouts and Brussels sprout sauce. I've got Brussels sprout pancakes, Brussels sprout like fake sausage. I've got impossible Brussels sprouts. I got Brussels sprout shakes. I got Brussels sprouts and Brussels sprout sauce sauteed in Brussels sprouts with fried Brussels. If I see another fucking Brussels sprout, I'm going to start Armageddon myself.
So many peppers.
So many fucking peppers.
Hot peppers, sweet
peppers. Deep fried peppers. Orange peppers, long peppers, hot peppers, sweet peppers. Shrimp fried peppers. Chocolate peppers, bubblegum peppers. As soon as I get home from the war, I'm going to start Alex Jones peppers.
So many corn. Sometimes.
So many corn. Every time I look down, there's more corn. I didn't have any corn.
They grow that. I mean, just everything. Tomatoes. And whenever I go over there to eat,
yeah, God,
they're always just getting it out of their yard.
It's so weird. They're like fucking rabbits, these people.
And that's what we've got to start understanding is the globalists want to take away the prosperity. They want to have an excuse to do it while they pose as saviors. So if we point out they started the war, there's a group above it hurting America and Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the big spidery arm. It's the anti-gardeners.
Point out the 360 full spectrum dominance system.
Yes, the full spectrum dominant system, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but they're sold out. Don't try to buy the 360 dominance system. Alex bought the last one. They used up most of the leather, and he's got 4 zippers now. One here, one in the back, obviously. There's no need for one in the front, but he's got 2 here. I don't...
Then we can all think like a globalist, but from the perspective of
a tomato.
Knowing how they're...
Sorry. Fucking asshole. Look at the seeds that are available in the action pack. What kind of fucking nuclear goddamn... Look at these tomatoes. What kind of bullshit? Look at these things. Look at this one up here. This looks like Kim Kardashian's vagina after surgery. This is upsetting. This whole thing. There's a pig's... Is that a potato or a pig snout? What is happening? I feel like I'm prepared for the end times. I hope you are too.
And stopping them. So this is life and death to understand this. So when you're dead on, that our standard of living has already slid massively. We're more in debt than ever, and we're going over the edge right now.
No, we're not.
Well, and that's the whole operating system of the Great Reset. It's to...
Yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. And the nice thing is, I mean, you used to be able to buy a giant fucking desk for pennies on the dollar. Now a desk like this run you 800-900 bucks at an InfoWars yard sale after they go into the bunker and shut the door. Oh wait, they're not? Oh oh wait. They haven't sold their cars and hidden out in an environment? No, they're not planning for the end times, which are definitely encroaching and have been definitely encroaching for a long time. No, they're flying, are they? Oh, so he wears a mask when he flies. Okay.
Take things that we in the West have, quite frankly, taken for granted in the last couple generations.
Yeah, I mean, and you think they have giant, ridiculous desks like this in North Korea? Actually, they do. I'm sorry, it's state TV. Yeah.
Staples, having the ability to put gas in your vehicle and
fucking just to have staples. I mean, what happens in Armageddon if the Book of Eli shows up and it's not bound and you have to hold it together somehow?
travel wherever you want, whenever you want. Having the ability to own a piece of land or have a...
Yeah, I want to own a piece of land. I mean, it might seem like it's boring at the time, but your own piece of land, it's something you'll treasure forever. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Staples, having the ability to put gas in your vehicle and travel wherever you want, whenever you want. Having the ability to own a piece of land or...
Yeah, I just... Oh, God, a piece of land. This is not a good sales pitch for the food in those tubs. Own a piece of land. It's... How's it taste? Taste is kind of a big word. Own a piece of land. Oh, shit.
or have a house that you own. And
yeah, it's a... Our house is a very, very, very bland house with nothing in the yard
and maybe a...
and a really boring car. Our house is a very, very, very bland house.
barbecue pit or a pool in the backyard, or having a school to send your kids to, or having a...
Yeah, or a barbecue, or to barbecue your kids on in the pool.
Fridge full of food, maybe even having an extra fridge in the garage.
You know, the American dream. Sorry. What the fuck are these idiots? This is the end times. I mean, you remember the days like sitting around a fucking heated can of beans, running from Terminators like John Connor. Remember when we had a fridge in the garage? Those were the days. Those were the days. And we had a beer fridge too.
All these things that have been staples
It's a staple. When have you ever been without a fridge in the garage?
accessible for Americans in the past decades, all that's going to go away.
Yeah. Sorry, your dream of a fridge in the, it's all gone.
And that's really what the Great Reset is about. But
yeah, the Great Reset is getting rid of your fridge in the garage, which you really only have because you got a new fridge, and the old fridge, you're like, fuck, where am I going to put this thing? I don't put it out in the garage. What do you plug it in so it doesn't stink?
getting back to the shifting back to Ukraine, Alex.
Yeah, it's a big shift.
You know, Zelensky, I think, is kind of in his final moments here. He's going to be addressing Congress tomorrow morning, I believe at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9
a.m. He's in his last days as the leader of a small country and in his first days of a country that has a more sound economy and more options than Russia does.
a.m. Eastern. It's probably going to be kind of his final plea. I think he realized that he's...
Oh, shit, we have a diagram. Shaping the economic... Okay, starts with harnessing the fourth industrial revolution. This is the great thing. Strengthening regional development, revitalizing global cooperation. This is kind of run together. Restoring the health of the environment, developing sustainable business models, redesigning social contract skills and jobs, shaping the economic recovery, and then back around. So it obviously the reset never happens. It just kind of is a fomenting cycle of wreckage and Okay, so nothing's
stepped
changed.
into it here. He double
Yeah, I think CRT is in phase 5.
crossed Putin and made a deal with the globalist, and now they've stabbed him in the back, and even Germany is saying, no, we're not going to sanction Russia. So it's really just
What are you talking about? They cut off Nord Stream.
a mess. And I think world leaders are now saying, all right, you know what? It's why the UN is saying, you know what? We don't want nuclear war. Let's step back. I think Putin's going to have a victory in Ukraine, or it's going to be all-out war, and they'll either try to assassinate him, or they'll nuke Ukraine, or do a cyber attack or chemical attack and blame Putin to set up for a larger escalation.
Yeah, it couldn't possibly be Putin doing this. It's just an escalation because they don't like Putin because he's a sucker.
It's hard to believe that we're
Yes, it's hard to believe that anybody listens to this shit.
already into March 2022.
No, I mean, time passes. It's hard to believe we're in March 2022 since you said the world was going to end like 10 times in the last 2 decades.
And in the month of February, we had
God damn, I can't even listen to his voice without starting to lose mine. Jesus Christ.